Mike Perlak here to entertain you with the help of Incubus. Goodbye. Nice to know you. No, 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 no. Goodbye. Nice to know you. I'm listening to, while en route to and from work over the next week or so, a couple of weeks. Been listening to my, surprisingly, give or take 8 Incubus CDs, including one still wrapped up like new from 2010 or 11 that I never even listened to. I must have got it back when I was on my shopping spree and when Best Buy was getting rid of all their back stock CDs. Anyways, I'll be posting a video probably in the car about that, more about that in that video. But this is just going to be a video journal entry. I got a stack of things I've been writing down that I just want to get rid of the stack of ideas I need to get out of my system. That video short I posted a week or so ago, whatever it was, saying beware of the future of women, females over 30 going forward in society. When they're not crying in their pillow, they'll be bitterly plotting to destroy the people around them. I should have mentioned what I meant that would be about future unmarried female over 30. You know, the kind that no man wants to treat like a queen in her sexually declining years. That's the part I failed to mention in that video. So I'll mention it here. Just one note on health. My ambidextrous project is still going on. As a matter of fact, I recently discovered that you can use a right-handed scissors to cut with your left hand. Doesn't matter. You just got to adjust how you use the muscles in your hand. That's all. That's all. That's the only change you got to make. But you can cut with your left hand with a pair of scissors made for right-handed people. At least that's what I'm finding I can do anyways. Maybe I'm unique or special. Who knows? Now we come to the political part of the video. And I guess I'll start out with a kind of sort of political joke. This actually was a joke my grandfather used to tell all the time. He had a picture of George Washington and some guys sitting in a boat hanging on the wall. And he would he would point at it and say, "You know, I remember saying to George Washington, George, sit down in the boat." It's that picture with George Washington with his foot up on the bow of the boat. I remember saying to George Washington, George, sit down in the boat. So absolute power corrupts absolutely. 8 years of Clinton, 8 years of Obama, and I would say even W's 8 years counts. They have enjoyed absolute power, and now they're showing their hands, and more people are seeing it, and I love it. I love it. Recently, Trump said, there's a quote from Trump, we're going to hit Iran hard, and we'll take over the oil market over there in Iran. And I remember, the people be preaching at first, oh, we don't like the way he did it. In the video short, I said, yeah, don't be like President James Polk. This guy right there. It'd be like when he acquired California from Mexico. At first, people didn't like the way they were glad he did it, but they just didn't like the way he did it. But we wish you would have handled it better. But they were happy in the aftermath with their lower gas prices. Well, not back then, but Actually, I'm glad I was paying high gas prices under Trump. They weren't as high as Biden. But I'm glad because now the till now, because of the Iran regime was so dumb. Look how long and how many dollars they had to lose before they realized America is awesome under Trump. That's part of the legacy media is not telling you. Trump is doing everything that I personally thought Obama. I thought Obama was going to be the guy to do all the stuff that Trump has done. Honestly, I thought Obama was going to be the guy to do that. Nope. Turned out Obama was just a team player for the elitist powers that be. And the hell, the plan of the continued plan of flunk the American worker. Now, that's enough politics. So I had a little visit with my sister and brother-in-law. We watched a couple of movies, including that Tom Hanks' Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. But we watched the documentary, this one, Won't You Be My Neighbor, before we watched the movie. And I'm glad we did, because I told my sister, I'm glad we watched the documentary first. So, because there is some propaganda in the in the film, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood with Tom Hanks. There's a scene in the movie where a bitter woman says, "Can we just fire him because he left the set to go say hi to a friend?" According to the documentary, the documentary seemed to have suggested that the workers on set were more tolerant of Fred's childlike nature. I don't say that derogatorily. I think we all could use a childlike nature when it comes to life. Not when it comes to politics, but when it comes to life. Tom Hanks' portrayal as Fred Rogers was, although good, I mean, Tom Hanks is a good actor. If he's anything, he is a good actor. But I would say his portrayal of Fred Rogers, knowing what I know about the real guy, was a bit one-dimensional. One-dimensional in the movie. So in addition to that movie and the documentary, we did watch an episode of the show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And in the episode we watched, one of them, we watched a couple of them actually, but this one I'm going to talk about, he ordered a sandwich at a restaurant because that was part of the show. He would go to different places, for the benefit of his television neighbor, to show the kids how going to a restaurant, how all that whole thing goes. He orders a lettuce, tomato, and cheese on whole wheat. I believe he is vegan, but I don't think he'd be the type to condemn a carnivore, someone with a more carnivore diet, because I believe people have every right to decide what's right for them, but they don't have the right to decide what's right for me. But he orders this sandwich to go, explaining that he only actually came to the restaurant for the benefit of his television neighbor. Part of the charm of the show. My favorite part, actually, was when they would go places or show you how things are made or whatever. Anyways, I turned to my sister, I says, a sandwich like that today, easy, $6-7, especially if you ordered it in a restaurant to go. My educated guess is this episode was probably from 89, 90, somewhere in there. But $1.87 for his tomato, lettuce, tomato, cheese on whole. Pretty thick piece of cheese, too, they put on this thing, I'd have to say. But and they wrapped it in foil for him. Boy, and today, $1.87 would only cover the foil. I'm sure, it varies from different restaurant to restaurant. I'm assuming this restaurant was in Pittsburgh, because I believe that's where Mr. Rogers was a resident of. Well, might as well keep going with this whole elementary childhood show thing. So Remember Shining Time Station? George Carlin? Or some of you might remember Ringo Starr. I actually own, of all the VHSs I acquired at the Goodwill over the years of that show, I actually own one or two VHS. Most of them are with George Carlin as the conductor, but I have one, maybe two VHS with Ringo Starr as the conductor. So apparently old George Carlin considers himself the anti-Pete Best, having took over for Ringo as the conductor. Like Ringo took over as the drummer for the Beatles, took over for Pete Best. But I think it's great. I think it's that some people, growing up, were like kind of weirded out by that because George's adult content is so adult. But I love, through the magic of YouTube, you can actually now you can actually hear George Carlin in George Carlin's voice, and on the island of, was it Sordo on the children's show. Now you can hear George Carlin say, "Fuck you, Percy." And George Carlin also said that when he would come across a child in real life, he had to be gentle. He even though he did adult content in his comedy, he was able to keep boundaries. But when he would come face to face with one of these children, with their parents, there he is, that's the conductor. He'd say the children were kind of traumatized because it's like he'd have to tell them, "I'm not on the island of Sordor. I'm not working today, but I am the conductor." And he said he enjoyed to see the look on the kid's face, like, what the? But he also pointed out that it's cool that these kids go from watching Shining Time Station with him as the conductor as children, and then they grow up and become adults and can continue their education at his shows, his HBO stand-up bitch. And with that, I think I'll just end this one talking about. I think I mentioned before that I feel a sign of kindred spirit to Michael Jackson. I don't own a Never Ran ranch, but I do. Having survived child abuse myself, I do have a storage facility that is at least in part dedicated to vintage toys, and I'm always finding stuff from my own childhood that I all but almost forgot about. Here's for one example, a toy this toy used to kill at least an hour of fun. I probably owned one at one point, but I found one of these. It's called Fun with Gravity, kids. Fun with Gravity. Now, when I showed this thing to the high school kids at the grocery store where I work part-time, I think my favorite comment from one of the high school kids was, "It's like it's a part of your arm." Yeah, you got to feel for today's kids. Thanks, Farrell. Thank you for your time.